Ezekiel chapter 7. The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, this is what the Lord God says to the land of Israel. An end. The end has come on the four corners of the earth. The end is now upon you. I will send my anger against you and judge you according to your ways. I will punish you for all your detestable practices. So, the putting altars on all the mountains and hills under trees and offering sacrifices on the altar, as well as sacrificing their offspring through the fire to Moloch, all those things, I will not look on you with pity or spare you, but I will punish you for your ways and for your detestable practices within you. Then you will know that I am the Lord. This is what the Lord God says. Look, one disaster after another is coming. Like, you're not going to be able to escape it. One thing comes and goes, another thing is going to be right after it. An end has come. The end has come. It has awakened against you. Look, it is coming. Doom, or a leash, has come on you, inhabitants of the land. The time has come. The day is near. There will be panic on the mountains and not celebration. So here, he repeats what he says up here. He's emphasizing what he's going to do, and he wanted to make sure that Israel understood. I will pour out my wrath on you very soon. I will exhaust my anger against you and judge you according to your ways. I will punish you for all your detestable practices. I will not look on you with pity or spare you. I will punish you for your ways and for your detestable practices within you. Then you will know that it is I, the Lord, who strikes. So he wants them to be sure that they understand what he's saying, what's going to happen. Just like when we, punish our children and we tell them something, this is what's going to happen. And just to reiterate, this is what's going to happen. Here is the day. Here it comes. Doom is on its way. The rod has blossomed. That violence has grown into a rod of wickedness. None of them will remain. None of that crowd, none of their wealth, and none of the eminent, or no rest among them. So nothing will be left. The time has come, the day has arrived. Let the buyer not rejoice, and the seller not mourn, for wrath is on her whole crowd. Everybody, no one is exempt. The seller will certainly not return to what was sold as long as he and the buyer remain alive, or sold while still in life is their life. For the vision concerning her whole crowd will not be revoked, and because of the iniquity of each one, none will preserve his life. So the vision, meaning this prophecy concerning her whole crowd, the whole nation of Israel, will not be revoked. Like, it will not be taken back. He's not going to go back on his word. No, what he said is going to happen, it's going to happen. And because of the iniquity of each one, because of their wickedness, none will preserve his life. They have blown the trumpet and prepared everything, but no one goes to war, for my wrath is on her whole crowd. The sword is on the outside. Plague and famine are on the inside. Whoever is in the field will be unalive by the sword, and famine and plague will devour whoever is in the city. So those who are in the field be devoured by the sword. Those who are in the city will be devoured by famine and plague. The survivors among them will escape and live on the mountains. Like doves of the valley, all of them will moan, each over his own iniquity. So their sins caused their destruction. That's why they're being punished. Because if you think about it, when we punish our children, don't they get mad that they're being punished? But you're being punished because of what you did. It has nothing to do with me as your mother. It's because of what you did. That's why you're being punished. All their hands will become weak, and all their knees will run with urine. Yes. They will put on sackcloth, and horror will overwhelm them. Shame will cover all their faces, and all their heads will be bald. So this is typical of what they do in mourning. So of course they will be brought to mourning. They brought this on themselves. Just because they survive means nothing. So these are the survivors. This is what will happen to them. Just because you survived, that means nothing. Absolutely nothing. That does not mean you're safe. They will throw their silver into the streets because they mad. Mad at the silver you caused me to be punished. No. And their gold will seem like something filthy. Yeah. Their silver and gold will be unable to save them because this is what they put their trust in. This is what they worshiped. This is what they wanted. They didn't want to listen to God. They was like, no, I want the silver. I want the gold. These were their idols. So now they're mad because these idols are doing nothing for them. God is showing them these things can't do anything for you. Like it says, they will be unable to save them. They're inanimate objects. They can't do anything. In the day of the Lord's wrath, and they will not satisfy their appetites or fill their stomachs. For these were the stumbling blocks that brought about their iniquity. That is why they're mad. And now these things are the bane of their existence. They will loathe the things that they allowed to trap them in sin. It's like we become disgusted with sin when we turn to God and walk like Yahusha. He appointed his beautiful ornaments for majesty, or they turned their beautiful ornaments into objects of pride. They made their detestable images from them, their abhorrent things. Therefore, I have made these into something filthy to them. So he's turned these things that they have worshipped into something that they now detest because of what's happening to them, their punishment. I will hand these things over to foreigners as plunder and to the wicked of the earth as spoil, and they will profane them. So this would be like to the other nations because they worship all these things. That's where Israel got these practices from. The other nations that they were in, prime example, Egypt. I will turn my face from them as they profane my treasured place, the promised land. Violent men will enter it and profane it. So other nations or people will come in and it will be taken away from them. Forge the chain, for the land is filled with crimes of bloodshed, and the city is filled with violence. So I will bring the most evil of nations to take possession of their houses. I will put an end to the pride of the strong, and their sacred places will be profaned. So the most evil of nations, I'm going to assume that would be Babylon, or it could be Assyria, but I'm really thinking that is Babylon, where King Nebuchadnezzar is. Anguish is coming. They will look for peace, but there will be none. Disaster after disaster will come, and there will be rumor after rumor. Then they will look for a vision from a prophet, but instruction will perish from the priests and counsel from the elders. The king will mourn. The prince will be clothed in grief, and the hands of the people of the land will tremble. I will deal with them according to their own conduct, and I will judge them by their own standards. Then they will know that I am the Lord. And the fact that Adonai did all of this and they still disobeyed. I read Ezekiel 20 today, and when we get there, we'll get there. But all of this, and they still disobeyed. They didn't care. But we are no different. Please keep that in mind.